Hi guys, so welcome to a newer version of Simply Megan. I'm trying something new, and we're gonna actually vlog together instead of you just reading my words. This episode is about the amazing show of One Tree Hill, which you probably know about, and if you didn't, stop watching and go to Netflix because it's worth it to watch. One Tree Hill is known for its very dramatic and impactful words. I'm intending to show you some of the best ones there are. A good friend of mine named Amber and I have become so engrossed and so impacted by this one phrase that she even went so far as to get it tattooed onto her. Um, and that's when Lucas told Peyton that your art matters. And that's just very important to me because, well, you're an artist, you're watching this, you're interested in words, and it's just something wonderful that somebody appreciates it, and it's just always been something that's important to me. Another one that has to do with Peyton was that people always leave, whether she put it on her drawings or it was just said over and over again throughout different seasons. If you thought of Peyton, you always thought of the phrase, people always leave. And then one that is so important and so amazing that I was in RA last year and I had it hanging on a bulletin board in my hall. It was in Karen's Cafe, which is the little, obviously, cafe in town. And it says, somebody told me that this is the place where everything's better and everything's safe. And that's just, it's wonderful. It makes you think that no matter what, no matter how bad something gets, you go there, you be with each other, and everything will be okay. I'm going to give you some background on the characters. You probably already know because if you followed my advice, you would have stopped watching this until you watched at least one episode. And if not, you've already seen the series, so you don't even have to worry about that. So it revolves around Lucas and Nathan Scott, who are half brothers, who both share the father, Dan Scott, who is this monster. But only Nathan was claimed as his son. Lucas is very artsy and he's very into literature and he just has a good heart, but he wants to join the basketball team. And Dan and Nathan aren't going to let that happen because they don't want to ruin the Scott name. So at this time, Nathan is this arrogant kid who will do whatever it takes to prevent Lucas from staying on the team, so far as to go and try and woo his lifelong best friend, Tutor Girl, or Haley James. So he tries to date Haley just to make Lucas angry. And they end up falling in love, and they get married, and they have a son. And he becomes a good guy, and he and Lucas become brothers. They become the best of friends. Meanwhile, Lucas is becoming a famous author, but before that, while he's still in high school, he's in a love triangle between best friends, Peyton Sawyer and Brooke Davis. Peyton is this artist who is very into music and is not what you expect as a cheerleader at all. She wears black and she's very stern and that's just how she acts. That's just who she is. Whereas her best friend is polar opposites. She's the head cheerleader and she's very friendly and she becomes famous for this fashion line that she starts while in high school. It's called Clothes Over Bros. Peyton and Lucas luckily end up together, which is exciting for me because, I was rooting for him. And just everything works out and the group becomes friends forever. And there's a lot of other characters, but those are the core characters. So I'm going to be saying some of the significant quotes to me, significant quotes that I found online as the general popular ones. And remember that the series ended in 2012, so these numbers are a little off, but Peyton Sawyer said, at this moment, there are 6,470,818,671 people in the world. Some are running scared. Some are coming home. Some tell lies to make it through the day. Others are just now facing the truth. Some are evil men at war with good. And some are good struggling with evil. 6 billion people in the world. 6 billion souls. And sometimes all you need is one. That's obviously why it's important. I don't have to explain it to you. My all-time favorite, and if you are watching, you've probably seen my blog before, which means you've probably seen my About Me page. It's my all-time favorite quote. Nathan Scott once said, it's the oldest story in the world. One day, you're 17 and planning for someday. And then quietly, without ever really noticing it, someday is today, and then someday is yesterday, and this is your life. And I just think that's so impactful. You don't realize that you're planning something out. You don't realize that you're hoping for something to happen. But if you spend all the time hoping, you're missing it. You're not actually experiencing it. You're waiting and you're missing everything. I believe that a single comment, a single thought, a single phrase can change everything. I believe that one single thought can burn the house down, can start a war, can end a life. I believe in the magic of words, and no such words were better spoken or better formed than those of One Tree Hills. Think about that for a while. Tune in next time.